Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we will see what is Boyce-Codd normal form and how to check whether a given relation schema is in Boyce-Codd normal form or not. And if it is not in Boyce-Codd normal form, then how to apply the BCNF decomposition algorithm to further convert it into Boyce-Codd normal form. So now this Boyce-Codd normal form is called in short as BCNF. Okay. So you will say that a relation schema R is said to be in Boyce-Codd normal form, that is in BCNF, if the following two conditions hold. The first condition is if you have trivial functional dependency of the form alpha determines beta, then beta is a subset of alpha. Okay. So trivial functional dependency means that whatever is there on the right hand side should be a subset of the left hand side. Okay, then such types of functional dependencies are called trivial functional dependencies. Or otherwise, for non-trivial functional dependencies, if you have a functional dependency of the form x determines A, then x is a super key of the relation. Okay, that means if for all the functional dependencies in the relation, whatever is there on the left hand side, that left hand side attributes must be the super key of the relation. Okay, so it is very simple. Just find the super key of the relation and check whether the super key is there on the left hand side of all the functional dependencies in the relation. If it is there, then it is the given relation is in Boyce-Codd normal form. If it is not there, then the given relation is not in Boyce-Codd normal form. Okay, so you have to just check the left hand side, whether the left hand side is the super key of the relation. Okay, then now we have to learn what is the meaning of super key. Super key is nothing but it can be one attribute or it can be a set of attributes with which we can identify all other attributes in the relation. Okay, with a single attribute or with a set of attributes, if you are able to find out and identify all other attributes in the relation, it is called a super key. So first you have to find out what is the super key of the relation and check whether all the functional dependencies in the relation have the super key on the left hand side. So in that way, BCNF will be able to avoid redundancies in the relation, and if all such functional dependencies follow this format, then we can say that the relation is in Boyce-Codd normal form. So let's do that with an example. Let's say you have a relation R with the attributes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and the following functional dependencies hold. You have functional dependencies A determines B, C, D, E, E determines F, G, H, I determines J, AI determines K, and AL determines M. So this is our relation. So what is the first step? The first step is you have to find the super key for this relation. How to find the super key? Just check out the right hand side. There is no way by which we can derive or determine A or I or L in this set of functional dependencies, right? So with any attribute you cannot derive A or I or L. So definitely A and I and L should be there in your super key or the candidate key. So apply the closure on AIL. I apply closure on AIL. When I apply closure on AIL, you can see here from A I can determine B, C, D, E. From E I can determine F, G, H. I is already there in the super key. So from I can determine J. AI is there in the super key. So from AI I can determine K. And L is also there in the super key. So from AL I can determine M. So all the attributes of this relation can be determined by using the candidate key A, I, and L. Okay, AIL is a super key for this relation R. Now you have to check whether all your functional dependencies follow this, they have the super key on the left hand side. So the super key is AIL. Just check out the first functional dependency. First functional dependency is A determines B, C, D, E. But your super key is AIL. So this functional dependency is not in BCNF form. Okay, so when it is not in BCNF form, first step is you have to check whether the given relation is in BCNF form, and then if it is not in BCNF form, then you have to apply the BCNF decomposition algorithm. How to apply the BCNF decomposition algorithm? So you take this functional dependency, A determines B, C, D, E. Okay, take the left hand side. Apply the closure to the left hand side. What is the closure of A? When I apply closure on A, I'll get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. See here, from A, I can determine B, C, D, E. And from E, I can determine F, G, H. Right? So on applying closure on A, I can identify the attributes B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Right? So write it down as one of the decomposed relations. What is that? Find out the closure of the left hand side, and whatever you get in the closure, when I apply closure to A, I'll be getting A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Write all this as one of the decomposed relation attributes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So now I decompose this relation. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is one of my decomposed relations. Now what is going to be there on the other relation? In my other relation, just write down all the attributes which is not there in this relation. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is here. So the remaining attributes are I, J, K, L and M. So write it here. I, J, K, L and M. Now what is the key for this relation? For this relation, the key is A. So with A, I can determine B, C, D, E, and with E, I can determine F, G, H. So A is the key with which I can identify all other attributes in the relation. So that key is the common attribute, and that should be there in the other relation also, because A, which is the primary key in this relation, will be the foreign key in this relation. So whatever is the key in this relation, that should be there in this relation also. So I add A also in the other relation also. So now we have decomposed both of these relations, and the key here is A. And the key, what is the key for this relation? The key for this relation is again it involves the attributes A, I, J, K, L and M. As I told before, there is no way A or I or L is not there in the right hand side of the functional dependency. So there is no way you can determine A, I, L. So the key should be A, I, L. Since you have A, I and L in the set of attributes in your relation, it should be there in the key, because otherwise you will not be able to derive it. Now with A, I, L, with I can determine J, and then with A, I can determine K, and with A, L, I can determine M, right? So the key for this relation is A, I and L. The next step is, I have now two decomposed relations. Next step is, what is the functional dependency projections for these set of attributes? For this relation, the functional dependency projection is A determines B, C, D, E, and E determines F, G, H. Okay, and for this relation, what is the functional dependency projections? I determines J, AI determines K, and AL determines M. These are the functional dependency projections. Again, now we have the relation, we have the key, we have the functional dependencies. We have to again check whether it is in BCNF form. How to check it? Just check whether the left hand side consists of the super key. Just take the first functional dependency, I determines J. The key is AIL here, but left hand side has only I. So I determines J is not in BCNF form. Check out here, A determines B, C, D, E, and E determines F, G, H. So this first functional dependency is in BCNF form, because the key is A and the key is there on the left hand side of the functional dependency. So it is there in BCNF form. What about this FD? E determines F, G, H. E is not the key. So this one is not there in BCNF form. So again you need to decompose the relation. So how to decompose? Just take the functional dependency which is not there in BCNF form and apply closure to it. So you need to apply closure to E. When you apply closure to E, what you will get? E, with E closure, I can get E, F, G, H. Right? E closure will give you E, F, G, H. So write So you need to decompose this into two different relations. So first find the closure of the attribute on the left hand side. Closure of E is EFGH. Okay, so write it down on one side. What will the other side consist of? The other side will consist of the remaining attributes here. Remaining attributes is A, B, C and E. And what is the key here? The key here is E. With E, I can identify F, G and H, right? I can determine F, G, H. So the key here is F, G, H. And what is the functional dependency projection here? E determines F, G, H. Okay, and since E is the key here, it should be included here also in this relation also. So now we have decomposed this into two different relations, namely A, B, C, D, E and E, F, G, H. Now what is the functional dependency projection for this? Now the key here is A, right? Because with A, I can find out all other attributes in my relation. With A, I can determine B, C, D, E. So that attribute which is able to identify all other attributes in the relation will be the super key. The key here is A, and what is the functional dependency projection here? A determines B, C, D, E. Okay, now check whether these two are in BCNF form. The key here is A, and A is there on the left hand side. So this is there, it is there in BCNF form. Similarly here the key is E, and it is there on the left hand side of the functional dependency. So this is also in BCNF form. So now we have got two relation schemas. Now we'll move to the left hand side and check out the other things. Now here we have I determines J. For I determines J, the key is AIL, but the left hand side consists of the attribute I. So here it is not in BCNF form. So what we have to do? Apply the closure on I. So when I apply the closure on I, what will I get? I closure will give me I and J. Okay, I can determine J, and from that I cannot determine anything else. So I closure will give me I and J. Okay, so decompose it into two different relations. One will consist of I and J, and the other will consist of the remaining attributes. What are the remaining attributes? The remaining attributes are A, K, L and M. A, K, L and M. And what is the key for this relation? The key for this relation is I, because with I can identify I and J. Okay, the key for this one is I, and the functional dependency projection is I determines J. Since I is the key in this relation, I has to be included in this relation also. Okay, because I is the primary key in this relation, and that will act as the foreign key in this relation. Now what is the key for this relation? A, K, L, M, I. The key is, since we have AIL, obviously AIL has to be the key, because it cannot be derived by any functional dependency on the right hand side. So with AIL, will I be able to identify and determine other attributes? Yes. With AI, I can determine K, and with AL, I can determine M, right? So with AIL as the key, I will be able to identify AI, K, L and M. What is the functional dependency projection for this? AI determines K and AL determines M. Okay, again check whether it is in BCNF form. Now here you have the key is I, and the FD is I determines J. Yes, I is the key is there on the left hand side, so this one is there in BCNF form. Now let's come to this part. Now here the key is AIL, but see, take the first functional dependency, AI determines K. So here the key is AIL, that should have been there on the left hand side, but it is not there on the left hand side. So it is not in BCNF form. Again we have to apply closure here. So when we apply closure to AI, what will we get? AI closure will give you AI and K. Okay. AI closure will give you AI and K. So that AI and K should be there on the one side of the relation, will be the one of your decomposed relations, And what are the remaining attributes other than A, I and K? A, I, K, other than that you have L and M. Okay, and for A, I, K, what will be the key here? The key would be AI, because with AI I will be able to determine K, right? So the key is AI here, and the functional dependency projection is AI determines K. Okay, now this AIK is in BCNF form because the key is AI and that is there on the left hand side of the relation. So it is there in BCNF form. Let's come here. The key is AI here. So AI should be there in this relation also because AI will act as the foreign key here. Now the set of attributes are AI, L and M. As I already told you, AIL cannot be derived by any functional dependency because it is not there on the RHS of any functional dependency. So AI and L, if I have AI, L and M in the relation, so to derive it, to determine it, I need to have AI and L in the key. So what will be the key for this? The key would be AI and L. With AIL, will I be able to derive M? Yes. With AL, I will be able to determine M. So the key for this relation is AI and L. What is the functional dependency projection for this? The functional dependency projection for this is AL determines M. Now again here the key is AIL, but the left hand side consists of A and L. So here it is not there in BCNF form. So again we have to decompose this relation. So how to decompose? Apply the closure to the left hand side of this functional dependency. When you apply the closure, AL closure will give you AL closure will give you AL, and AL can derive M, right? So ALM. AL closure you will get ALM. So ALM will be there on one side of your relation. What will be the other relation? The other decomposed relation will be everything other than ALM. Everything other than ALM is I only. But what is the key for this ALM? The key would be A and L. Okay, the key would be A and L. So A and L should be there on the other side of your relation also. Okay, A and L should be there on the other side of your relation also. Okay, I repeat, here we had AILM. The functional dependency projection for this is AL determines M, but the key is AIL. So this functional dependency is not there in BCNF form. So again I apply closure to AL. When I apply closure to AL, I'll be getting AILM. So whatever I get in the closure, I write all that as one of the decomposed relations, and the key for this decomposed relation is AL. What are the remaining attributes other than ALM? Is just I. But the key in this relation is A and L, so that should be there in this relation also. Okay, so the key for this relation would be all AIL. Okay, and the functional dependency projection for this one is AL determines M. So now we have decomposed the entire relation and all our functional dependencies are now in BCNF form. So what are all the relations, decomposed relations? Decomposed relations are, first is relation with attributes A, B, C, D and E with key as A. Second relation is relation with attributes E, F, G and H with key as E. And the third relation is relation with attributes I and J and key as I. And the fourth relation is relation with attributes A, I and K with key as AI. And the fifth relation is relation with attributes A, L and M with key as AL. And the sixth relation is relation with attributes A, I and L with key as AIL. Now here this kind of relation wherein all the attributes in the relation is there in the key also. Such types of relations are called trivial relations. Now that is how we can decompose a given relation which is not there in BCNF form into BCNF form. So to summarize, how have we done it? Given for any given relation, we have to first check whether the functional dependencies are in BCNF form. How do we check that? Check out all the functional dependencies. First, find the super key of the relation. How do we find the super key of the relation? Check out what will be the set of attributes with which I can identify all other attributes in the relation. Now with the here, for that you check out the RHS. In the RHS there is no way I can determine A or I or L. So A and L should be definitely there in my super key. So with AIL, I'll be able to determine all other attributes in the relation. So first, the super key for this relation is AIL. Okay, then check whether AIL is there on the left hand side of your FDs. So in any of these 5 FDs, AIL is not there on the left hand side. That means we can conclude that the given set of the relation with the given set of FDs is not there in BCNF form. So if your question is only that to find whether the given relation is in BCNF or not, this is how you have to do it. The next is, if they ask you to decompose it into BCNF form, then you have to apply the BCNF decomposition algorithm. How to apply? So you have to first check every functional dependency. First I take this functional dependency, I apply the closure to the left hand side. When I apply closure, whatever I get in the closure set, write it as the attributes of one of the decomposed relations. Okay, whatever attributes are remaining, write it as the attributes set of attributes in the other decomposed relation. You should have one common attribute, that is the key which is there in your decomposed relation should be the common attribute that will act as the primary key and the foreign key in the decomposed relations. So you need to have one common attribute between two decomposed relations. So you keep on applying the same algorithm recursively until you are sure that all your functional dependencies are in BCNF form. Okay, so this is all about Boyce-Codd normal form. If you are able to understand it, if you find this information useful, do like the video. If you have any doubts, feel free to comment below, and for more such videos, do subscribe to the channel. Until I see you in my next video, take care. Bye bye.